Good morning, Virginia. This is Virginia This Morning.
Well, welcome back to our entertainment show. Our next guest is a historical interpreter and has been acting since the age of 14. She writes her own material and enjoys sharing her monologues and poems all across the country. Morgan McCoy is back with us today, and she shares a monologue from her new show, Evolution of a Black Girl. Take it away, Morgan.
Thank you. I remember the day when my mother told me to go fetch some water so Enoch and my father could talk. And I was so happy because I knew that this was the day that Enoch professed his love for me. And this was the day that I would become his wife. And I ran to the water as if I was running on air because I was so happy. But then I heard the warning drums. And the beating was so intense that I ran back to my village as fast as I could. And when I got there, there was my mother on the ground and my father on the ground. And there was blood everywhere. And I looked up at Enoch, and his hands were bound, and his feet were bound, and he looked so scared. And tears streamed down his face, and tears streamed down my face, and he mouthed to me, "I love you." And then this man, who looked like he could have been my brother, raised this strange weapon at me. I closed my eyes, and I heard a noise and felt a piercing in my heart. But when I opened my eyes, I was still here on this earth. But Enoch had leaped in front of me. He saved me. When I got off of the ship, they told me that I was a slave. But I never felt like a slave, because you have to be alive to be a slave. But I died that day with my mother and my father and Enoch in Africa. First African-American female millionaire. The one who created all those great products for your hair. That's what you hear. Orphaned by age 7. Married by age 14 because my sister's husband was so mean. Widowed by age 17. Lonely teenage mother, that was me. Married again, then divorced. This is not the fairy tale story you've heard, of course. Or maybe you're asking yourself, Madam CJ, it seems like your life was full of despair. How did you become a millionaire? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's quite simple. I began to lose my hair. And I cried out, Lord, what do I do? A colored woman going bald ain't cool. I had a dream that I mixed concoctions and my hair grew. And when did you know I woke up and tried it and my dream came true? People started admiring my lovely mane, saying, hey, sister girl, I want my hair to look the same. I sold to friends, neighbors, and people I barely knew. My third husband and daughter helped with the business too. Although success was nice, it definitely had a price. I wanted to expand, but my husband thought that my ideas were too grand, and after all, he was the man. We separated. I was not elated by this decision, but I had to pursue my vision. Here I was, a woman without proper education, setting up hair schools across the nation. Rockefeller became my neighbor. But do you think that caused me to change my behavior? No. I never forgot where I came from or all that my ancestors had done. When I got, I gave, never forgetting that my grandparents were slaves. I never quite understood that crab mentality thing. Push somebody down to get where I want to be, not when people died, so that I could be free. What I want you to get out of my story, with all of its ups and downs and trials and glory, is that nothing was given to me. I remember crying because I didn't have a place for my daughter to play. But I believed that there would be a brighter day. Your tragedy may lead to your triumph, just like my hair loss did for me. Believe in yourself. Don't be afraid to give a brother or sister some help. And remember, you do have the power to get well.
It is a powerful 1-hour show that takes the audience on a journey through 12 African-American women's lives. You have the chance to catch Morgan McCoy's Evolution of a Black Girl. Several shows coming up, including March 14th at the Messiah Center in Hampton and March 15th at the Petersburg Library. And for more listings, visit our website at WTVR.com/VTM. Thank you for stopping by, Morgan. We really appreciate it. Nice job.